built exclusively for the top-ranking girls of the nation. No drama, no outside distractions, and absolutely no boys. But history is about to be rewritten, and the rules of the game, they just changed forever. On a cold morning, the High Council delivered a shocking, unprecedented declaration. Alpha Academy was officially going co-ed, and leading this sudden invasion was Alan, a sharp, calculated, and dangerously clever outsider. He arrived with a faction of boys in sharp navy blue blazers, ready to claim territory. They walked into the classrooms like they already owned the throne. The girls were furious. The tension in the hallways was electric. But among the chaos, the headmistress revealed a hidden catch in the school's constitution. The upcoming presidential election holds absolute power. If Chelsea, the fierce leader of the girls, wins, she can banish the boys forever. But if Alan wins, his faction takes over permanently. The war for the crown had officially begun. Excellent! You got the intonation exactly right. Next sentence. Me gustaría pedir un café grande, por favor. Me gustaría pedir un café grande, por favor. Perfect! Your phrasing is improving so quickly. Keep up the good work.
Chelsea didn't waste a second. She gathered her elite inner circle. Kate, the captain of the cheer squad. Gabrielle, the genius head of the math club. And Lena, the master of the culinary department. Chelsea's campaign was flawless, running on one brutal promise. A vote for Chelsea is a vote for peace. The girls played entirely by the book. They dominated the grades and displayed perfect leadership. Alan and his boys seemed completely disorganized, but that was exactly what Alan wanted them to think. He wasn't playing by the rules. He was playing a much darker game. Late that night, Alan executed a brilliant, calculated strike. He bypassed security and slipped a forged leather journal into Chelsea's locker, a burn book filled with horrible, insulting remarks about the students and teachers, written perfectly in Chelsea's handwriting style. The next morning, the trap snapped shut. Alan brought the campus police to her room, claiming his phone was stolen and traced to her class. They didn't find a phone, but they pulled out the forged gossip book. Within hours, Chelsea's untouchable reputation was dragged through the mud. The polls crashed instantly, flipping to a terrifying 60-40 in favor of Alan. The boys were winning. Excellent! You got the intonation exactly right. Next sentence. Me gustaría pedir un café grande, por favor. Perfect! Your phrasing is improving so quickly. Keep up the good work. With only 1 week left, desperation settled into the girls' camp. Gabrielle tried to fight back in the math championship, but under immense pressure and subtle sabotage from the boys, she broke down and was disqualified. The morale of the girls hit rock bottom. Chelsea realized a harsh truth. She couldn't beat Alan with logic anymore. He was too protected. To destroy a man of pure strategy, you have to strike his psychological weakness. She launched a lethal counterstrike, Project Heartbreak. The day of the grand presidential debate arrived. The entire academy gathered in the massive auditorium. When the first question dropped, Alan delivered a flawless, inspiring speech, looking like a hero. Then it was Chelsea's turn. But instead of fighting, she deliberately tanked her own speech. She stumbled over her words, looked down in mock defeat, and openly praised Alan's strength. Alan's ego swelled to an all-time high. He truly believed he had broken her spirit. But as Chelsea walked into the shadows, a dangerous smile touched her lips. Stage 1 was complete. Excellent! You got the intonation exactly right. Next sentence. Me gustaría pedir un café grande, por favor. Me gustaría pedir un café grande, por favor. Perfect! Your phrasing is improving so quickly. Keep up the good work. Right after the debate, Chelsea caught Alan alone in the quiet courtyard. Looking vulnerable, she delivered the ultimate lie. She confessed that her failure on stage wasn't a mistake. She did it because she had developed a deep, secret crush on him. She whispered that she didn't want the presidency anymore. She just wanted to be his babe. Alan, blinded by his pride, fell straight into the snare. He didn't see a master strategist. He just saw a defeated girl in love. He accepted her invitation, and the next afternoon, they met at a private picnic on the cliffs overlooking the golden campus. For 3 days, Chelsea spun a flawless web of affection. She shared his favorite blue cupcakes, laughed at his jokes, and made him believe the war was over. Alan, who had spent his life fighting for control, dropped his guard completely. He genuinely believed Chelsea's love was real, totally unaware that every single smile from her was a calculated move for his total surrender. Excellent! You got the intonation exactly right. Next sentence. Me gustaría pedir un café grande, por favor. Me gustaría pedir un café grande, por favor. Perfect! Your phrasing is improving so quickly. Keep up the good work.
The grand hall was packed. Headmistress Debbie stood at the golden podium, opening the final envelope. She announced to the silent room, "The new class president is Alan!" The boys erupted into wild cheers. Alan walked up the stairs under the blinding spotlight. But as he looked down, his eyes met Chelsea's. He saw no anger, just a calm, disappointing grace. The guilt that had been building inside him for 3 days finally shattered his composure. Alan raised his hand, silencing the room. "Stop!" he echoed through the microphone. "I cannot accept this. I am a fraud. I framed Chelsea. I forged that burn book. She is the honest leader this school deserves. I step down." The room fell into a dead silence. But before the crown could be given to Chelsea, she stepped onto the stage and grabbed the microphone. "Wait! I cannot accept it either! Alan, I tricked you. I engineered Project Heartbreak. I fake confessed my love just to manipulate you into giving up the election." The crowd went absolutely wild with shock. 2 bitter rivals standing on stage, exposing their darkest deceptions in front of everyone. No one had won. Both sides had burned down their own houses. Alan looked at her, his voice shaking. "So, it was all a game?" Chelsea stepped closer, her voice softening. "It started as a game, Alan. But when you stood up here and chose honesty over power, you proved that people can change. And I want to change too. No more fighting fire with fire." Excellent! You got the intonation exactly right. Next sentence. Me gustaría pedir un café grande, por favor. Me gustaría pedir un café grande, por favor. Perfect! Your phrasing is improving so quickly. Keep up the good work.
Turning to the audience, Chelsea raised her hand. "As your new president, my first decree. The boys are staying at Alpha Academy. We will not divide this school. We will study together, compete fairly, and build a world based on truth." Alan smiled and extended his hand. Chelsea took it, shaking it firmly as the entire auditorium erupted into a standing ovation. The war was over, and the real journey of the reimagined universe had just begun.
Excellent! You got the intonation exactly right. Next sentence. Me gustaría pedir un café grande, por favor.
Me gustaría pedir un café grande, por favor.
Perfect! Your phrasing is improving so quickly. Keep up the good work.